When I was 11, I decided I wanted to become a famous novelist. Those two words, in that order, famous and novelist. This is the story of me getting to the edge of that dream and then falling off into the rocks and crocodiles below. I should add, just for dramatic effect, to make this better, I'll be telling the story of abject failure, knowing that my ex-girlfriend is in the room, we met in this room, and she's one of the judges. Life is a nightmare, and the only way to wake up is death. Let's do the story. So I start writing practice novels when I'm 11, and I do this until I'm 21. Graduate from college, and I decide, okay, I'm going to take a year, try to sell this book. If I can't, I will get a job. I couldn't, so I got a job. And my job was like Office Space if Office Space were like a downer indie drama. But I was like, I'm only going to be here a couple years. I'll write another book. I'll sell that. I'll be out. But I was actually there for 11 years. 5 years in, I wrote a mystery novel set at my job where the character based on me gets shot in the face. I was in a dark place. But I knew that this was the first novel I'd written that was really like publishable. It was at that level. So I sent it to everybody I could. I sent it to 50 literary agents. And number 49 was the first one to ask to read the whole thing. And I was excited. And she read it and she wrote back and said, I love it. It's great. You're a great writer. But it is way too dark. She actually wrote in her response, David, what were you thinking? Sounded like something my mom would say. She said, if you change the ending, I will represent you because I think we can sell it. If not, I think you should self-publish. So I was at sort of a crossroads because my dream was just to be at a dinner party, you know, in a blazer and a turtleneck, and someone comes up to me and says, Colleen tells me you're a published author, and I go, yeah, I am, and drink my drink. I wanted that, but I also didn't want to, you know, kind of compromise on my vision for the book. So I ended up not changing the ending and just self-publishing. And the agent said, well, send me whatever you write next. I can't wait to read what you write next. So now, if I'm at a dinner party and someone comes up and says, Colleen tells me you're a published author, I would say, well, I'm a self-published author, but where are you going? What? So I self-publish, I write another book. This book is about a psychic who helps the police solve crimes and loses her power and has to become a detective. I send it to her, she reads it, she says, this is great, I love it, I'm going to represent you. I'm like, yes! She says, we're going to go to all the big publishers. I'm like, yes! So we go to all the big publishers with it. Bantam and Penguin and Dell and Random House and Knocked Over Barrel and Batman Piano. You guys know all the big names. I don't need to impress you with these names. So we go to 12 publishers, and 8 of them love the book. They say, they write back, we love this book, we love this author, no one's buying stuff with psychics in them, so goodbye, but we can't wait to read what he writes next. This is becoming the mantra of my stupid-ass non-career. So I write another book, and this one's about superheroes, and it's got comic book panels in it. I'm working with this cool artist in LA, and I'm like, this is great. While I'm writing the book, this online publisher decides they're going to publish my first 2 books, the self-published one and the one about the psychic. And I'm like, fuck yeah, it's a real publishing contract, thank you. It's a publishing contract, it's a real deal. No advance, but 50-50 royalties, and they say they've got a lot of money to market, so I'm like, yeah. So now I have taken the self out of self-published author and replaced it with E. Yeah. So now when that person comes up at a dinner party and goes, hey, I hear you're a published author, I go, well, E published, I mean, there was no advance and it's a 50-50, where are you going? But I'm almost done my superhero book, and I've got 8 of the 12 big publishers ready and waiting for it, so I'm excited. So I write this book, I send it to my agent, and she goes, this is great. And she said, but it's an illustrated book. And I said, yeah, that's cool, right? And she says, well, yeah, it's cool, but I don't represent illustrated novels. And none of the editors that we went to at any of those publishers will publish an illustrated book, so goodbye. And I'm like, well, that sucks. But I got these 2 other books and this nice marketing team behind them. They're going to spend a lot of money and promote my books. But instead, they sell about 40 copies of each book and then go the fuck out of business because they were terrible at their jobs. So now I'm just like, God, I don't know. I'm just going to walk the earth for 9 months like the way Jules said he would at the end of Pulp Fiction, you know? After he gave the guy his wallet. Just like, I'm gonna walk the earth and hopefully one day tell this story in front of my ex-girlfriend. I did not succeed in becoming a famous novelist, but I did succeed in the goal I should have had, which was becoming a good novelist, because now I can't wait to read what I write next, and that's all that matters. Good night, guys. Thank you very much.